There is but one punishment for traitors.
And welcome back to the continuation of this arena. We're doing pretty good. I feel pretty happy about where this arena is going and what's happening at the moment. So it has its great moments. It also has its letdown moments with this Feign death still not getting any value, but I believe that this game or a game to come we will get that value no problem. But until then we should not fixate on what we don't have, we should fixate on what we do have, and we have a very strong turn or round one hand. I think it gives us plenty of options to push in certain circumstances, and we'll open up some interesting lines of play.
Praise be to the great sun!
I wouldn't say that's aggressive or anything by our opponent. I think that's just a standard start to the arena, so I'm not too worried about where that's gonna go. We could start off with a master mirror play, really make things interesting right off the bat. That would ultimately involve getting rid of these two cards, since we're having such trouble getting the death trigger. But at the same time, I'm also looking at like Hogart here. He can put that down to 5 for Vigo to steal it and really put a great swing in our favor. Popko Gale is also a very good contender to be played right now. So let's just do this. Let's just set up a really strong swing turn for us, while also just being ahead of our opponent by a point, and it opens up a world of possibilities as to how aggressive we want to go, or alternatively how passively we want to, you know, take this round. I'm also happy that we have Traveling Merchant in round 1. It's just a good pass play for round 2, as well as just something weak we can put out on the board, do a little bit of soul searching, see if we can get one of the other members of the team into the deck, and we have a lot of good things here. So that's definitely our lock target now. That is actually just a beautiful addition to the
Today's gonna be a good
I'm gonna go with Popko Gale here. It's more about getting some removal out of him than anything else. If he does stick on the board, then hey, we'll be happy, but I don't expect him to do that. I want to see what our opponent has in terms of answers to problems, and this is a good way to, you know, just investigate that. Maybe he feels that, you know what, Popko Gale at only doing 1 damage isn't worth much, but he can definitely provide us with some beautiful plays. Other than that, we have Scoia'tale if we really want to grab it this round. Okay, this is interesting. I think let's just provide our Puffco with some armor. No, let's provide him with some vitality. Also, Mata here is not bad to pick up that Scorch now and really...
The forest holds many secrets.
Really give us the opportunity to turn this round around. And around we go. So yeah, Mata is quite an interesting play. Oof, I didn't think about that. I didn't think about giving it a status effect. Okay, my bad. Very unnecessary. That armor would have gone so much further. I mean, yeah, that's also incredibly interesting. We have a lot of good targets here. I think I'm gonna just do this, draw that Scorch,
connects folk to one another,
and see where we go. Going to just keep hitting on this aimlessly. But we are ahead, and basically that TA advantage that he might have, yeah, we can definitely counteract that. Are we happy that he put it there? We are actually very happy. It's an 8-point scorch. We can't ask for much more. Maybe he plays a death unit of some sort, like the cave troll. I think it's cave troll, where it boosts this up. And if we see that, the scorch is coming down instantly. We've also just managed to thin our deck a bit, weaken his side of the board a bit, so a lot of good things. That's nasty. That is quite nasty. So now we have to make a decision. Do we scorch here, or do we, you know, be passive? So, by the way, when Phoenix goes into the graveyard, it loses the lock. So locking a Phoenix is inconsequential. We're still in contendership to do some great things here. He can definitely now get 2 points of scorch, 2 points of value here, but I don't feel like that's gonna hurt us. I think that's gonna probably benefit us more than it does hurt. So okay, Hopko gets handled. He goes for the 1 point of value. Okay, so between the Scorch, what do we need to play to take this in one round? Can we potentially do a Caravan, a Traveling Merchant here? That's 4, that puts us on 19, and the Scorch will take it. Anything else actually will take it. This is still really good.
The world is my marketplace.
So what don't we want to see at the moment? No, the worst card is this, so let's get rid of him, see what we get. Get a lock. We're gonna put that to the bottom of our deck. That it's such a niche combo to try and draw the it does put it to the bottom of the deck, right? Shuffle a card from your hand into your deck. Just shuffles. Okay, no problem.
Novigrad requires rejuvenation, a rebirth.
Yeah, we're okay with this. The only thing we need now is Vandergrift, and I think with a little bit of Vandergrift magic, we're gonna be doing fine. Those are some really powerful cards he's put down on the line, but we have the Phoenix, so that's a nice 4-point transition. I still think that with the Phoenix, it unlocks in the graveyard and it will come back. I have locked Phoenix before, and I have paid the price. Alright, so we definitely want this, we definitely want this. Once again, this is looking like the weakest card here. The lock is also good, so I'm sorry, but you have to go. I think Faint Death is now the next contender to be left behind, so we'll do that. There we go. So we do get the Phoenix. We didn't get Vandergrift. Unfortunate, would have been an amazing turn of events, but it is what it is.
For your blood, the desert does thirst.
We could Scorch that. Would we want to Scorch that? No. That would be rather a waste. I'm okay with just really going heavy here with a Saskia play, and then at least gives us our Monroe a target. We could also Jarhead Enchantress onto the Phoenix Hatchling. Problem with playing Saskia is we're putting some really tall units on the board, and it can make our Scorch rather awkward. But yeah, let's do this.
Hold the lines!
So, you know, this just converts this is a rowdy dwarf, yeah. So this will just convert it into a dwarf berserker. If any kind of damage goes onto him, it'll be worth so much more. But putting down 10 points while he only played 6. Oh, that's... You know what? Interesting, right? Do we take the card up, or do we take the 4 points in the next round? We take the card up. I'm sorry. Goodbye, Phoenix. You were fun. You know, we removed that from the opponent's side of the board, but we definitely now have the advantage, and I think 4 points, giving up 4 points to keep that advantage is worth it 100%. This is a phenomenal hand. You are probably the worst in here. Feign death. We don't worry about you too much, just because
We'll get them fixed in no time.
you can be a master mirror target, and ultimately if we feel like that the 9 points that Feign death offers is good enough, we'll play it. And then Imlerith, if we don't feel like it's good enough, we will transform it with a master mirror early on. So we have some really cool options. We have a purifier, we have a lock, we have some removal, we have some more removal. This is a very, very diverse hand. It's got a little bit of everything.
Get to work.
Okay, so now we have to make a decision about Feign death. And the reason we have to make the decision right now is because we can do an Iridium play and start knocking 3 points off, but that means that the Feign of Death never does anything. The other issue with this line of plays, we instantly lose Puffco Gale value, whereas if we play Feign of Death, then Iridium, Puffco Gale at least gets 2 more points of value on the board. We're gonna take it. I'll take the 9.
If I'm to die, I'll do so sword in hand.
We could have also charged leader into this and played our Mink, but this is not really looking at me saying remove me now. What it is saying is later on in the game, Scorch will be a very beautiful thing for you. Gaunter has shown us the way! There we go, just remove that. Could have obviously used it on the Eskel, but right now, the way our points are lining up, we have quite a few 6s in our hand, and we want to at least have one Scorch target. We want Scorch to be a dead card, and the best way to make sure that Scorch is not a dead card is simply by giving him the Eskel. I know it's it's a little risky going forward, but what's also going to happen is Treason's going to get some value because our opponent is going to be avoiding that back line, at least for now. So with those things in mind,
Some things cannot be forgiven.
I'm very happy with where we are. Now we can Master Mirror, and we'll play Master Mirror right here.
Speak up! I can barely hear over the sound of you drowning.
And there we go. We have our Scorch value. Oh, in 2 turns we'll have our Scorch value. Our opponent put quite a bit of removal into Puffco Gale, so we're very happy to have withdrawn that from his hand. Now, having said that, we have some really cool things we can do. The fact that we profit 3 off here means that we're gonna be always okay to pay the tribute. So do I feel digging in the deck for a better card and getting 3 coins is worth more? It's very tough, huh? I mean, look at the top cards of your deck plus an additional card for every coin you possess. Play the top card for free, or play another card for a coin cost equal to the distance from the top of the deck. Shuffle the remaining cards.
And I'll behave, I promise.
That really gave us quite an easy turn.
Looks like some light reading.
That was just really good for us. I mean, perfectly executed. Get the slide structure, get 10 points on board. Not gonna scoff at that. And next turn we also have our Scorch target, which is very nice. We just need him to play something else on the outside of Eskel, and this game's gonna be phenomenal. Let's see our opponent.
Men know the meaning of sacrifice.
draws up here. I do believe his hand must be rather weak, because that play to try steal our master mirror is very telling. I love the fact the master mirror can't be locked, can't be poisoned, can't do anything to him except hit him with 6 hard ones. Puffco Gale comes down.
Well, I guess it's gonna take some more patching.
So, what do we think about this, huh? It could have some really negative results for us, so it's a very difficult pick. I think we hold on. I mean, we have the treason target, but the treason target is so bad. I think we hold on for just 1 turn.
Mankind is a virus, a plague.
I want to treason next turn no matter what it is, because the more I think about this, the more I don't want to lose it. If we... missed that for a second. Let's see what happened. Okay, just a bomb. Nothing to worry about. Still no treason value. Okay, we're gonna... we can scorch here first. Grimace is not the card I might want to change. Let's take a look. Six, 5, 6. Well, we know what we're drawing, so we don't actually have to do this.
Go back across the Yaruga, you buttheads!
We don't have to, like, I was thinking that Vicovaro Novice was quite a cool play where we can...
Off to it, knaves!
This is going to be such an easier set of turns now. We're getting all the value we want. We get treason value, we get to throw Grimace out of the pack, out of the hand if we don't want to, and our opponent has passed, and so shall we. Okay, so that's another victory in the bag. Feeling really good about this deck. Somehow it is getting there. It's, you know, it's a bunch of misfits come together, and they're doing the job. I think they found a way to collaborate, and it feels good when it comes all together. Still, that Feign death is a little bit of a concern, but it got quite a nice number of value even without the 2 elves. But I look forward to seeing it, you know, do the real magic when everything comes together and just works out. But hopefully we get that in this run. If not, it doesn't matter because we are doing pretty well. Let's just get into another game. Why am I just, you know, talking? Hey, just here.
Uncrate!
Alright, Uncrate. Now here's where the games, I feel, get a little bit tougher. Now we're on game 5, we're halfway there. Okay, this is really good. I was really fishing for like, we have the trap. We have 1 elf. We just need the other elf. And we need the Feign death. We have ways of drawing Feign death, so it's not...
Biggest bollocks win!
Do we just... Oh man, I actually feel like it's a good idea to lock this guy down right away. There are some really good bronzes, and spawning a copy of it at the cost of doing 5 damage to yourself is really good, but
Juiciest leaks in town. Get him here.
let's play Puffco Gale. I want to open up some Vigo muzzle targets. We're so strong in, you know, our hand is really strong here in round 1, and that possibility of pushing our opponent is ever present. It's ever just lingering, saying, okay, so he plays an extra card. Is he gonna copy that? No, he's not. I really do feel like locking this. It's something is just telling me, like, just lock it. Lock it before it becomes a problem. The fact that the Thirsty Dame came out, I do suspect he's gonna be getting some value out of that, either through poisons or locks. I would love to play Thirsty Dame here, but it gives him a point in return, and I want to try to avoid that at all costs. So we'll give Popko Gale the armor here.
The forest holds many secrets.
And we'll just throw a ping that way. He didn't copy the Thirsty Dame, so that is something to think about. Does this? Oh. I want to see Scorch now so bad. That Alba, it offers a lot in terms of treason, and at the moment it doesn't scare me too much. Nothing on his board scares me too much. Let's just put down another question for him to answer. We're in equal points here with a little bit of resilience on the board. The reason I put this down is I don't feel like the need to use anything at the moment. Nothing else. So I'm gonna just keep, just keep calm and see how this game develops. Because of the Temple God, it is something I want to get down this turn. It is a bronze. Jeez Louise.
May Freya choose the victor.
Halt! Who goes there?
I mean, we're only 10 points off, and that 10 points can easily be gotten with Vigo here. I just want to get some more treason value. If you can just give me a little something. And
My world, my rules.
this is an easy Vigo target. And it's that point swing that we're really looking for, so let's grab that now. And we'll keep just hitting Alba here. We're very close. He had to pause. Okay, so we don't need much to take the round. I mean, we only need 6 points. What do we want those 6 points to be, huh? Treason gets us there. Eridan gets us there, but Eridan, you're so crucial to our plans going forward. I'm gonna hit you one more time. Master Mirror, transforming the lock into something else. Yeah. Let's grab another gold.
Speak up. I can barely hear over the sound of you drowning.
And we don't overcommit. We are on par to exactly where we want to be. We also have Vandergrip going into the next round with a solid 5-point play. So if we get really lucky, if we draw Feign Death, I was just about to say that. No joke. Oh dear, this is an insane hand. We have to, right? We have so much points in hand. It would be irresponsible of us not to do this.
For the Daisy of the Valley!
It would just be irresponsible. we can get 2 cards out of it. We have the combo finally, and now is not the time to shy away from using that combo.
Rumors travel faster than the wind.
Kia, so far, Imerith play. Okay, so he hits that, whatever, we don't care. What did that... Why do I keep clicking on there? What did that... Just quickly... It's a boost Scoia'tale unit in your hand instead. Okay. Boost a random Scoia'tale unit in your hand. Can you choose? I think Saskia is the play here. I think... Actually, let's scare him. Let's do a little...
Sit back, close your eyes.
frightening
I'll wash
play
you
here.
away.
I am Syndicate. He knows it. And this could be... something he would like try to avoid. Okay, that's definitely gonna happen. That's fine. We're still ahead. The only issue is we're running out of value.
Hold the lines.
We don't need the damage, so we're okay with doing this. Damage will come from Imerith in a second, so I'm pretty fine with that. What I do need to do is I need to play Crushing Trap if we want to really have any hope of doing this. That's beautiful.
Boys Brigade, follow me!
Okay, Crushing Trap will come down now. We'll do Crushing Trap now. Then we'll follow it up with an Imerith play. Then Yorvith. And then Treason. It's crazy. I know it's crazy. I know what I'm doing is so crazy and it's so ill-advised, because what we could have definitely done is gone into round 3. We could have definitely definitely taken round 3 with the combo we have, but at the same time it feels foolish not to push or press the advantage. We started off with 5 points on the board.
So you know poke with sharpie stick. Oh.
It's a very nice play by him.
And he lost the word.
If I'm to die, I'll do so sword in hand.
And then with Imerith, we're even gonna get the we're gonna get the Death Wish trigger. We're gonna get all the good things happening for us here. And this is why I felt like it was foolish to just pass. I felt that that's fine. Get your 3 coins. We don't care.
Spally!
It is 3 damage, right? I must just make sure I'm not.
Elren has shown us the way.
There we go. There we go. Our opponent surely must feel it. It's so much value on the board, and we have the Treason in case we want to push it all the way to the end. But Thirsty Dame comes down. He actually gets his Slice of Ductress, and we get a very, very. Okay, so what we could do. Treason here has 8 points, but Crushing Trap here is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's the same. And yeah, we're gonna just pass here. We're fine without our leader ability. That comes out again. There's another 6, puts him down to 9. And oh, do you feel it? He needs 22 points. I think we got it. I think we have his leader ability here. That's pretty strong. That's pretty strong. Still 11 points off. Still 11 points off. And there's the leader ability coming down. 2 points off still. Vandergrift taking no damage.
Humans are not.
Yes! That was tense, but we did it. We still have our leader ability in hand. We are back down to, we're uneven. And we have last say. So we just walked out of the round with so many good things that just can't be. We got it. Toad, you're very nice. I do like you, but I don't feel like you might be the best card, and maybe you were the best card. We'll see. what I was, you know, I was really fishing hard for Mink here.
Follow your passions, lads. Just look at me.
Puffco Gale can come down.
Today's gonna be a good day.
And our leader ability is 8 points. So right now we're only sitting 4 points clear of our opponent, but we don't mind that too much. I think because he did that, I can, you know, say, look here, I've got some poison for you. And he's gonna be like, well, Last Guard in his hand is poison. Obviously it's not, but only 2 points behind with him with 6 points here. We're in 12. He's in. We're good. We're good. I don't know what he can have here that can really upset us, but this.
Quite the menial task.
And we never had poison, but yet we managed to
Off to the front yet again.
bait that out. And honestly speaking, very happy with the way that went. That push, man, pushing in arena is such a difficult thing to do. It is incredibly risky, so incredibly risky, but look at that 25-30, like we snagged victory. And just, I want to just keep in mind that if that had gone to a round 3 game, we could have lost. I don't know if we would have lost, but we got the leader charge out of him. And why I say maybe we could have lost is because these points here include his leader charge and these points don't. And if he had an additional 8 points here, who knows? Who knows where that would have ended. We still would have had all the good things that we did have, but he also would have had all the points he had here, plus the 8 from here, and plus another 8. So he would have been on 46. This is an ideal world. He would have been on 46, whereas we would have been, look at that, like 37. So just, you know, if you just go purely on the way these rounds ended in the points base, we pushed. And keep in mind that actually 5 of these points is Vandergrift, who came here from this round. So these 5 points were actually being non-existent. And so yeah, that's sorry, I'm so that arena pushing I think is really difficult, and when you get it right, it just feels good. Anyway, let's get on to another game.
A shark out of water's still got its teeth.
I don't know what that means. A shark out of water still has its teeth. Yeah, and usually around the necks or surface. Like, look at the shark's teeth, man. Yeah, it's real rad. Anyway. Actually, this and this is actually pretty good for us, but we're okay with giving it up. Crushing Trap, actually okay with letting you go, just because we don't have any support for you right now, so there's no room for growth. As well as for Monroe, a strong 6-point play, but ultimately without the support he really requires, it's not the best.
Juiciest leaks in town. Get him here.
We'll start off with our Puffco play here. Always just a solid proactive play. So also probably only proactive play unless we want to do Grimmist, which I don't. I see he muzzles that. You know what, friend? A little bit annoying, but I understand where you're coming from. Okay, so we don't. You know what's stupid is we have to play Grimmist here.
That is your brilliant move, truly.
It's just so disgusting, but I think we have to play a little bit of a Grimmist here. It's so that Phoenix comes down. Nothing we can do about that at the moment, but at least obviously Scorch is not going to be used this round. No way we can deal with the Phoenix. Little unfortunate, but it's okay. All this means is that when we pass on 5 cards, he's gonna be enticed to play round 3, and that in the long term could be detrimental to his health. Here we'll just spread out some more
for the hills and the woods.
boosts. We are still nicely ahead here, and then I'm gonna just finish off with Temple Guard, TA, and probably end the show.
Shamble spews eat like the sun.
Okay, and we have all our numbers are offset all over the place. Nothing scorchable. Nothing worth an Igni. The Grimmest is rather large, but looking at where we are, if our opponent falls a card behind, I might decide to pass here. It's a very okay situation to... So he plays 4 points. Immorith gets quite a bit of value here, but ultimately when I look at it, it's, you know, it feels as if it will be a waste. The Toad Prince is 3 to 7 point play. It's only a matter of believing. Do I think that in future we'll have a better target with Toad Prince, and rather than 7 take 9. It's a lot to consider where I want to go here. And what I want to really do here is maybe let's play one more card. It's a tremendous... I changed my mind. I changed my mind, guys. Wait, let me explain. I changed my mind at the last minute. What?
The time has come!
Okay, so Toad Prince would have been just 1 point ahead if we had played him there, but Heimdall? Really? That early on? So we have our trap, but we don't have the rest of the combo. So you'll have to go, and the trap has to go right here. Without the proper combo in hand, the trap is just not worth anything. Okay, we'll eat these with Toad Prince, so we're not too distraught by their presence at the moment. Still can't play Immorith. There's a lot here I just can't play at the moment, but we have to make do with what we have.
Me a coward?
Let's bully the Phoenix here a bit. You know, hey there, Phoenix. Oh, just a little nudge. You don't belong here. Goliath. I like Goliath. I like that he played Goliath. I like everything about this play. I don't know how far he plans to go here, but I want to make sure that those Thrive units go off one more time so we get full Toad Prince value. Let's, you know... Alternatively, if he does now decide it's a good time to pass, I mean, I would not be opposed to him giving me the round. What I would like to ultimately see...
Gather my men.
Okay, the Baron is rather annoying. Slightly obnoxious. The Baron doesn't do anything at the moment, but it does prevent the Toad Prince from really thriving out here like I wanted him to do. But we have to play Toad Prince now, otherwise we are gonna be in serious amount of trouble. Alternative, if we don't do that, we can Scorch. Very risky, but also a huge swing in terms of points. We'll also then miss out on eating up these lava. We have to stick to just eating up the Phoenix. There's a lot of consideration here to what the best line of play is. I also don't mind the Master Mirror play, except we are getting rid of Immorith, though I do feel like that combo is not really available to us any longer.
Raging!
Ultimately, I've decided to go with Monroe here just because how do we do this? Tell me, how do we do this? How do we line those units up? You need to just show me the way and I'll follow. I just need to find a way to line all those units up. This is the beginning of it, okay? If he decides to use Baron to restore that to full health, now we're gonna be over the moon. Okay, I know he believes he has it, but unfortunately he does not. We can still take this in one card with a simple Scorch, and we get Mutter.
With me, you forget your sorrows.
I'm not displeased to see Mutter, honestly speaking. Mutter is okay because Mutter would have drawn Feign Death, and with the use of I'm happy to also have drawn Feign Death, so we can get this just rid of. Okay, first things, get rid of Feign Death. Okay, first. Okay, first things first. I knew it. That's exactly why I did it. I was like, I knew it. You know what's gonna come after Feign Death? This. You know what's gonna come after Iverith? Crushing Trap. I felt it in my soul. I had that feeling. I was like, these two cards are sitting right behind one another, and they're gonna come out when you just you know, sometimes you just feel it. You just know the game. You know, the game gives you those feelings. It says, "Hey, have you ever played Yu-Gi-Oh?" And you're like, "Yeah, I have." What's the biggest takeaway from Yu-Gi-Oh? Would you say? And you're like, I don't know. Like, what is the biggest takeaway from Yu-Gi-Oh? And it's like, well, the biggest takeaway from Yu-Gi-Oh is that you should just believe in the heart of the cards. And if you don't believe in the heart of the cards, you're gonna be a sad boy. And guess what? It's right. I'm a sad boy. Alright, I want him to play a 5-point unit. I want to get Slice Seductress on the board. Master Mirror comes down, not quite the 5-point unit we wanted, but it will get us there. So we'll definitely go about like so.
We share the profits, not the work.
Looks like some light reading.
And get that off. So powerful. It's so powerful when it works. We've been so fortunate to consistently have that pop off in our deck. Like when the deck works, when it all comes together, it's just
Special prize, just for you, love.
it's beautiful. It's always beautiful.
Will you learn from that blunder? Are you capable?
Whatever. Yes, whatever, guy. I feel invulnerable right now. Prince for
All fear their own shadows of this damn castle.
So, is this good? Yeah, it's pretty good. No. Can I? Oh, I can't undo this. But honestly speaking, there we go. Woo! Yes! Man, that felt good. Okay, opponent forfeit. Sorry, friend. We just won low-key. I'm sorry, my friend, but the Pioneers beat Team Shani today in the arena, and at unfortunately your expense. You played very well, but the cards just came for us at the exact time we wanted it and worked out beautifully. Let's go on to the next one.
There is but one punishment for traitors.
Well, you are the right leader to say that, as you are carrying imprisonment with you, and that can sting. Okay, so what do we have here? Once again, Crushing Trap. We don't have enough of the combo to really keep that in hand. We obviously have Iridan, our only other elf, but we need at least 2 elves and Crushing Trap. We need Feign Death and Crushing Trap to realistically think about doing something fancy there. We'll get rid of the soldiers. Vandergrift, beautiful card, is gonna really put us in an ideal situation going forward. I think this hand is wonderful. I think this hand is enough to take this round, and we have just a phenomenal hand waiting for us 2 rounds from now if we get a little lucky with those draws. All about getting lucky with those draws. So how does our opponent want to start the round? Tell me what kind of statement you're looking to make.
Volley incoming! Take cover! Cover!
That's a very powerful statement to make. I must admit it's a very slow play, but ultimately the value that card offers is tremendous, and if you don't see this card as a problem when it comes down against you in arena, you should. It is just so imposing. It can do so many things that it can hurt going forward. Having said that, look what we have in our hand. We have actually some really good lines of play, starting off with a Weeping Willow. We'll then play Puffco Gale. We can then play the Dryad. We can then play the Dragon, and that's an 8-point shielded unit. I think that's quite a bit of value. In terms of the Mantelet, I'm not too worried about it just yet.
Today's gonna be a good day.
I wonder if our opponent even thinks about the Harmony now. We played 1 Scoia'tale unit, and Puffco Gale is just gonna get out of hand here if he's not dealt with. If he's not dealt with, we'll consider... So we're both playing Scoia'tale. I don't know, he's not being dealt with, so my... have this really... I really have to consider, are we okay with taking this down? We have to keep playing. I want to give this Vitality, but at the same time, Vitality on this is very dangerous. But I want to squeeze up every single point of value we can get, so we'll just keep on doing this. And Puffco can just start hitting off 2 points a turn. Putting up to a 6 is a very safe place to be in terms of cards like Treason, cards like Assassination, cards like Boiling Oil. One thing we can't get around is there is the cards like Tavern Brawl, Scorch. That's very slow, friend. That's very, very slow. Puffco Gale gets locked. Yes! What's happening here? I thought I saw something weird. Wait. Wait. I've never looked at this card for long enough. Okay. I thought I saw something weird here. Anyway, we want to continue down this this road that we're on right now. I think Grimmist is not a bad choice here overall, but before we Grimmist, let's at least get 1 more point of value here, because if we play Grimmist and unlock this, he's only pinging out for 1, so either way we aren't losing any value by locking now. Let's get another
Let's hurry.
let's get another Harmony trigger there. Puffco Gale gets his value, doesn't need the Grimmist, actually doesn't need the Grimmist for 1 more turn, so very nice. Very nice to be in this position. What I wanna do now over the next 2 cards is Vandergrift and Grimmist. Those are my target plays. Those are the ideal plays we want to use to finish this round off. But we also have to keep in mind that no matter what your ideal line of play is, always have to be ready to adapt at a drop of a dime. You know, that's it. Drop of a dime. So, what is the plays we will do in case the We'll take it. We are definitely gonna take this. We took a leader charge from him. We have an incredible hand still. And what this hand really offers us is enormous pushing potential. With the last play being Vandergrift. No. No, friend! Don't get discouraged. We're still uneven. I could just do a cold pass and you'll take the round and all you lose is loss advantage. Don't! Yes. No? Yes. No? No? Yes. Yes? Yes. Alright, let's carry on. Thank you for not bowing out of that round. A Vikavar to secure round 3 play for Milk is pretty decent. Definitely better than the Traveling Merchant. So we have everything in this hand to really, really push. And we have 2 turns to make the decision whether we are going to push or not. So let's start making that decision with a Puffco Gale play, since Puffco is going to provide us with the most amount of points here. I think he's a pretty easy decision. And because we're so early on in this round, if our opponent does decide to remove this, hell, you can remove it.
Oh, the Commissar will hear.
Okay, so Puffco stays on board. He gets 2 points of value. And now we have to make the decision. Now it's that moment where we pivot and say, do we push him out of the round? If we play Vandergrift, we don't push him out of the round because we're exposing Vandergrift to removal and losing that round 3 advantage that Vandergrift brings. If we do decide to push here, one of the lines of play could be a Master Mirror early on. Start rerolling this Grimace to see what else we can get. How do I feel? With 1 leader charge left, I'm very tempted to push the round, but let's not.
No!
Let's Vandergrift here and call it a day. It's also interesting, he did not remove Puffco Gale. And that is, I don't know how telling that is of our opponent's hand here, but without the removal of Puffco Gale, okay, so he does have... Hey, we'll take that. Getting out Vincent is phenomenal. His leader ability really synergizes with this man, and we are happy to see them go. Get him to the graveyard. This next round 3 is taking so long. I feel like it's gonna be like one of those ESPN moments where highlights now flash on the screen. Previously on round 2. Alright, we would need to get extremely lucky to get exactly what we want. So we'll start off with the Dryad Enchantress. We didn't get what we wanted, so the Crushing Trap still pretty good in this round. Like, let's not take away from the fact that it can get us up to 12 points of value. So much so, I'm actually going to keep it and just take out Vico out of it. That 5 points. This will get us 4, 6 points, 8 points. It's got enough juice there to keep it in our deck. Okay, that's a pretty simple and straightforward play. Doesn't give us much room to, to do something else. Obviously Imarith is a very easy choice here, but you lose so much value in Imarith if you don't get it right that I don't feel like he is going to be called upon here. Grimmist is okay. If we play Grimmist, how far back do we have to go before Master Mirror becomes great? So Imarith, Treason, Adriano, Dog Array, Master Mirror. Scorch, Master Mirror, can't get it to Master Mirror.
Don't mind me. Nothing to see here.
Let's do that. Order, your next tribute costs 0. Ooh, yes, we're definitely doing this. We are playing Madame Louisa. We are gonna try get the Mink for free. The only reason I really want to do that is because it now opens up our leader ability to do a full 8 points of damage instead of us having to dance around 4 and 5 points of value, you know, never going too much, but at the same time also saying let's not destroy something too small. Like in this instance of play, okay, that is what it is. We don't care. So
Pyramids, not circles. I've seen more shapes than an engineer.
we'll play this. I mean, it's just threat after threat after threat after threat. I mean, this is gonna be so much fun. Having said that, Scorch.
You sought to humiliate me, Your Grace. Now you stand humiliated.
No. First we do this.
Boy, beautiful.
Looks like
Interested
some
in
light
some easy
reading.
coin?
And we have 2 coin. So now the next time Master Mirror does a little change up on our side, we're going to be very happy about that. We have dominance. So Imarith is a good play here. I think we need to consider him coming down fairly soon. I even might be forced to use the leader charge on the Vagabond because it is doing some interesting things. It is preventing Crushing Trap from getting value in the long run, and it is kind of scaring me at the moment. It's nothing too bad, but the potential it has to, and the potential of problems it has to create for us, I think it's really worth removing. Puffco Gale comes down.
I guess it's gonna take some more
That's
catching.
great. That finally gives us some legitimate Imarith value, so we can definitely play that there. And that boy is in trouble. If the Vagabond gets 1 more point of value from Ushan here.
Give no quarter! The commissar will hear.
That's a very easy Scorch. I don't think we have to think about this too much. I think that's just a very easy Scorch. Because this kills Puffco Gale. There we go. Beautiful. Frost did his job. I know he tried to protect Puffco there, but currently we have 3 6-point units on the board, and
Blow the horns, clang the gongs.
we can also get rid of this here. We have a pretty good treason. And we don't actually have a good treason. That's the problem now. You see, like, this is where the real problem arises. The fact that we can just lock this. Actually, why am I...
Our world is in harmony.
Let's put a lock to that. Let's just stop it right now. I don't feel like a leader charge there would be a huge benefit. We're only doing 4. What I do feel like, though, is the fact that as long as Ushan keeps growing his units, the more he does this, the more treason value we get. And the engine is obviously bad for us. We don't have any kind of counter engine except for the slice adductors, but what this is doing is still providing us value without our opponent knowing it. At the same time, 5 armor, 4 armor, 3 armor, 2 armor, it's a lot of armor everywhere, and I think Crushing Trap is gonna just be here too. Are you kidding me, man? Okay. Crushing Trap needs to come down now. That there is the last straw. I cannot let that grow any further than what it is, so... Yes, Crushing Trap does nothing, but what it does do is at least it locks an engine. That's honestly all it's gonna do. It's also gonna clear up some armor for us, so our treason is gonna be a little bit stronger. And how we wanna end this now is... I want a treason, then I want a Monroe. No, I have to wait. I have to wait. I can't play treason just yet. Tough, huh? Tough. It's tough. It's just a very interesting line of play that we have to decide. So we're gonna treason now, and then we're going to yeah, so we're just gonna treason out here, and then that'll remove the engine. We're happy. We're very happy with where that went. We still have a full 8 points of leader ability to hit here with. We also have a full point of leader 8 ability to get here, so we're gonna get full value of our leader. He's still sitting there thinking about how he's gonna get more value out of his imprisonment. That should have happened 6 turns ago. Oh, but he does have
nothing now.
He does have what here?
Might be none too tall, but cracks skulls as well as any other.
No, it's so bad. It's so bad. Wait a minute. I take it back. Okay. Think about what you want to do here. Do I want to hit this for 4? If we hit this for 4, we prevent... Well, it's a 7. Realistically, that's always a 7. So, what do we prevent? We don't prevent much. We prevent the transformation, which is a 7, and that's all it's gonna do, and we get more points out of this. So let's just do this so I can see if I'm gonna forfeit or not, okay? Let's get our full 8 points out there, and now we're...
God's dawn has come, but my
6
face
plus another 3
remains.
here, which puts us down to... We lost. We just lost, and it's all thanks to Master Mirror.
Never a problem 4 inches of steel could be solved.
What's funny is that if we didn't play Master Mirror, we would have won that game, but we chose to be greedy. We chose to look for a way, you know, to just be more flashy, and it cost us. And you know what? Rightfully so, it cost us. That is no one to blame but myself. It's just that when you have Master Mirror on the ground, and when he's doing what he's doing, he becomes such a tempting card for you to just have so much more fun than you're allowed to with the deck, the construct of the deck that you have. You have these constructs that say, hey, this is the limitations, and then Master Mirror comes down and says, hey, what? I will feather. You know, that's a weird way of putting it. If you know Photoshop, you know what I mean. But I'll give those limitations a little bit of wiggle room. I'll make it a little fuzzy on the edges. Just like, you know, on that left-hand side of your deck. You know, it's fuzzy. That's not a commitment. That's, at best, an option. It's just an option.
Shark out of water still
You can
got
play
its
that.
teeth.
Oh, you know what you can play? You can play something I give you. What do you want to do? I'm like, I want to play what you give me. And then he's like, yeah. Let me show you what I give you. And he gives me that, and you lose the game. You're like, and he's like, yeah, I'm not the good guy in the story. I've never been the good guy. Okay, enough of that. Okay, so we're going first. We need to get a strong start. So I'm gonna cut down on these weaker cards. I'm gonna cut you off. We do have, you know, there's 2 cards there. I'm also gonna drop that because that's a round 3 type deal, and if we don't play it in round 3, it's almost a deal breaker. To start off with, we have a very easy line of play. I know that the standard is a Puffco Gale, but we have just an easy amount of points here waiting for us with Temple Guard and these two, and we can also go forward and see what we get. So I don't want to commit too much just yet, though now Puffco is looking pretty good, but
We've no need for your forges.
let's rather just not get that bleeding. We played a bronze, he respected our bronze with his own bronze, so we're okay with that. And as long as the game takes this pace, we'll remain on this pace for as long as we can. We're gonna try, obviously try and save Puffco Gale for the...
You're lucky to keep your heat. Man, I come!
None of those concern me in any sort of way. A strong play by our opponent, but nothing too...
Hands off the votives.
too threatening at the moment, which also means that I think I can play at a slow pace. He's respecting our plays with his slower play, so we're both doing about the same thing, just getting rid of some of the bad cards before we go to war. And this is here is the first inkling of war. It's... Ooh. What did you get? What did you get? Ooh, that's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. I don't know how to answer that. I mean, we all know where it's going, right? Yeah. That is a lot of points. How do we deal with so many points? We would need to purify. Do we just lock that up? How do I feel about a lock? What I do, we can also do a Weeping Willow, threaten a poison on there. You know what we're doing is just threatening the poison. We play the Weeping Willow, then we play Vandergrift, and we call the round. Yes. So we're gonna threaten toll removal here. Obviously he doesn't know what we have in our hand, but he might also be inclined to be like, maybe I should slow down here.
Fighting spirit, what need ye to flee
Yeah, so
this
we got rid
world
of the...
ever free?
We got rid of the... we got rid of the vitality at least, so that's something to look forward to. But... And we also got rid of Purify. I mean, the Peller here would have decimated Vandergrift. Can you imagine that? Decimated Vandergrift. This little man, this crazy old looking man who's sitting here talking to his spirits. Gather spirits for this wake. As passing souls now forsaken. Hear my call, my humble plea. Unbind his chains, set him free.
That's the kind of negotiating I understand.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're good. I think after that huge play, especially what he did here, it was an eye-opener, and we needed to put the brakes. Without being able to really remove that big boy, we need to respect him. And what we have now is very respectable. So we got Feign Death. The other thing we have in our deck is Scorch. We have the second elf. We just need a Crushing Trap. Feign Death. Go away. Master Mirror comes in. Master Mirror comes in. I mean, Mutter is so useless. And that's a... What? I didn't know you could do this. By the way, right click. I didn't know that was the thing. So right click there opens up the options of passing. Okay, it's good to know.
Cut my paws off, I'll bite you to death.
That is rather aggressive, wouldn't you say? hear me out. This runs Feign Death. You could still make Feign Death work. What I'm looking at here, or the potential line of play I have here is we play Iridan, and in 2 turns we can steal the defender. That's the thought process I'm having right now. The other play is because if I want to commit Iridan here, it means that Feign Death becomes utterly useless. So the other line of play, the other thing going through my mind is we could mutter, get the Feign of Death, play Feign of Death, then play Iridan, then steal it 2 turns after that, which is very slow, but the amount of points it puts on board is quite massive. I'm gonna do this. Once again, this is we're just giving ourselves an out going forward, because I don't know what he plans to put down behind the defender. We have to stay ahead at all times.
Those who seek wisdom in dreams perish as fools.
Okay, so the prophet comes down. We can still take it slow. So we won't.
Well, I guess it's gonna take some more patching.
That goes down to a 5. That's exactly where we want it to be. Vigo is gonna come down and take care of that defender for us, also providing us a defender in return. Not the most useful one, but hey.
He's a keeper.
Alright, now the board's opened up. Our opponent has to really consider how he plays this round now. We have our leader ability. I'm afraid to use it a little bit, but at the same time, I think it's going to be okay. His ability only goes for, I think it's 5? Yeah, it's 5. Ours is 8, so there are ways to negate.
For the kill! Damn it all.
Mata is looking very tempting here, not for any other reason than just... I think we're gonna do this first. I think we're going to, since Puffco is being...
Mankind is a virus, a plague.
Do you want to stop the Prophet, or do you want to stop the Uncreate Warcry from growing? Do we have enough wiggle room to make that decision? Do we care about 4 points in the Warcry? The truth of the matter is, no matter what the Prophet ultimately decides to give Divine Shield, we can always block that. So, based on that information, I think a Saskia play here is pretty good, and I think we'll just take away 2 damage. Like so. Yeah, this is fine. So our opponent passes. We committed quite a big card. I mean, Saskia is a huge play. It's always 10 points, but we needed to make a statement saying, don't mess with us. Okay, so now we have Mata in hand. Still have that Feign Death. Trap. Oh, yay. Never mind. Toad Prince is the worst card, but it's all just really good to the point where I don't want to redraw anything. I think we have so much goodness here that I'm very, very wary of drawing anything, and we can always remove the Toad Prince at a later stage if we do feel like it doesn't belong. So we'll start with the Puffco. And we need to remember how to play the Crushing Trap. We'll start with Puffco, then we'll go Mata, then we'll go maybe Lock, if there's a Lock target, or we can change that around to whatever order works best, so we can Lock and then Mata.
Mother will be proud.
Okay, so that comes down, which now opens up the Mata play, so we'll grab that.
This dance, you will never forget.
Now we do have Feign Death in hand, and we are going to get 9 points of value from that. The only thing better would have been Adriano here, Scorch, I guess, but
Don't see a gap in their armor. Make one.
Adriano would have been rather nice. Okay, so here I think we're safe to play the Feign Death. We stay slightly ahead. That's good enough right now. We have one more turn, I believe, on which we can... No, we don't. We have to play Crushing Trap next. We have to play Crushing Trap, then we can play Lock, then Crushing Trap activates, then we play Iroveth the turn after that. There's a lot of things to consider, but there's a lot of good things to consider. So Crushing Trap comes down now. Then we can look at a potential lock. I think the lock has to be next because we want to get rid of Toad Prince for something better. So we do this, we lock, Crush Trap goes off, next turn we play Iroveth, we put the Crushing Trap back down again, we get some more elves, then we play Master Mirror and we change Toad Prince into something more suitable.
We know the mysteries of time and space, all of them.
Well, that's fine. I think the lock here has to come down now, so... what are we locking? It doesn't really matter, right? Let's just do that. We can even hit this for 8, but we can hold off on that. So that comes down, that puts a stop to his engine. We're happy with that. So basically it did 2 damage, silenced 1 unit. And... you know, not much, but the second lock, this... Okay, so now we get to do this.
I am who I need to be.
And just replay this like so.
Sword in hand.
And that is quite a nice boost. And then we can Master Mirror, get rid of the Toad Prince since we have no Toad Prince targets. If we do get a 3-point Toad Prince target for some odd reason in the back row, I'll take it. I'll actually take it. I don't want to gamble on Master Mirror again, giving me a better last card. So it's a lot of points. A lot of points. The Vitality 5 is really stupid, but sure. If that's what floats your boat.
Will you learn from that blunder? Are you capable?
Dodric is a little unfortunate. I mean, he's such a good card. If we had known, I think I would have played Dodric. I would have played Master Mirror. I mean, I would have gotten rid of what I was here in the first place. The lock. I would have gotten rid of Dog the Raid immediately if we knew. But it's okay. And then we come down with our Dodric play.
Novigrad will make a fine.
And we take our 8 points here. Interesting just to see what was there. So 10 points, 5 points, 4 points. He needs a 3-point play, a dead 3-point play or a dead card. He needs a Scorch. That's what he needs. It might be a loss here, but we really gave it a good old college try. What happened? Was he holding a Scorch? That's what I assume he had, is a Scorch. What else? Why else would you give that up? We were so... He had 5 points with leader ability, right? Because he didn't use his leader ability. That Forge was from a card in his hand. Hey, you know what? Count your blessings and move on. So let's just call it here. Because once again, this hour's just flown by. These are long videos. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I'm going to say peace out for now and have fun.